You could even, let's just say, you're sort of having a difficult time with it, and you can practice this with physical objects. Can you rest here looking at this bottle without interpreting it or judging it or making all sorts of projections about it? With physical objects is easy because bringing your attention to a physical object is very, very easy because that's all we really are conditioned to know, just what we call physical solid objects. Even here, some people struggle because that is the sort of culture that we live in now, is the inability to focus your attention. It's a reflection of the egoic state on a large scale. But see, okay, so you can start this with a physical object. Fine. Being able to be here with the bottle without looking at the bottle with thoughts. So see the bottle with your attention, but not with your thoughts. And then you take it a level subtler with a subtle object, which is a feeling, right? A subtle object is invisible. We can't sense it through the five senses, but there's still a very, very clear and obvious knowing of it. None of you here say, I don't know my feelings. You obviously know your feelings as you register them. So bring your attention to the feeling, right? And this is where maybe you kind of even get lost because you're not doing it with your eyesight. You have no idea what to focus on. Bring your attention to the feeling. See the feeling rather than seeing it with thoughts. There's a quote by, I think it's Krishnamurti, and he said, observing without judgment is the highest form of intelligence. That is what is going on here in acceptance. That is what sort of transcends these sorts of limitations. So in acceptance, you're being asked to do this with a subtle object, which is a feeling. But with inquiry, there is no object. And that is why we struggle the most. Because the self is not an object. And so words like me, words like I, words like knowing, being, they're not pointing to any object. They're pointing to consciousness itself. So this is where the mind has a really hard time. That is why I'm asking you to drop the mind, because this search cannot be done with it. And that is why we also begin with the acceptance, and then even the general meditation, where we learn to at least harness the power of our attention, make it more one-pointed. But with inquiry, you need not necessarily wait or feel like, oh, once I have this mastered, then I go on to that. No. Little by little, like maybe you have to practice this with the physical object, right? Maybe you're sitting in a park and you're looking at a tree. Can you see the tree without seeing it with your thoughts? That is the very human, personal state. That is what we're leaving behind. Then with a feeling, seeing the feeling without seeing it with your thoughts. And then taking it at the deepest, which is seeing yourself, knowing that you know. Difficult because there's no object to locate and pinpoint. Even a subtle object like a feeling you can pinpoint in the body, but with the sense of knowing, sure, maybe you say that it's coming from the body, but that itself is just a subtle feeling. That is just a feeling. This within that knowing. Don't let me lose you here. This sense of being aware, I'm aware from my head, is itself just a feeling. It's just itself as a subtler sensation than, let's just say, as a feeling of anger or whatnot. It itself is known. From where is it known? That knowing is obviously here because you know your experience. You know my voice right now. You know that you are. So the knowing is irrefutable. It's a fact. You need not even ask me, do I know? You know. The very asking affirms that I know. Only then I may ask. So it is so obviously here, but we cannot locate it. It is not in space. It is not in time. It is not in the body. It is not outside of it either. Where is it? So this is where it's a little difficult because it becomes subtler than even subtle. And this is where the mind now starts to dominate. This is where you really start to look with your thoughts. And this is where I will again and again, urge you to keep it very simple. And that's what this practice today that we did earlier is really for, to show you the difference in experience between looking with your attention and looking with your thoughts. Thanks for watching this video. Just 2 things before you go. If you want to learn how to implement the teaching that we cover on this channel in a step-by-step format and really develop your understanding of it in a faster way, make sure to watch my free 1-hour class that I'm offering right now. And second, if you want to work with me personally to help you dissolve mind identification and return to peace through self-inquiry, check out my program down below. It's called the Higher Consciousness Shift. Enrollments are now open, so just check out the details and book your free call, and we'll see if it's right for you. That's all I have for you today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.